Hello all, myself Siddharam S. Patil, Department of Computer Science, BLE's Engineering College. Okay, in today's session we are going to discuss about the management and entrepreneurship. So before going to proceed this, first we will go through the syllabus and then we will start the PPT. Okay. So basically management entrepreneurship for the computer science, the subject code is 15CS51. So we all know that there are 5 modules, module 1 and module 2, module 3, module 4 and module 5. So in the module 1 we are going to discuss about the introduction part, what exactly the management is, okay, along with that nature of the management, characteristics of management, goals of management, why we need management, purpose of management, and what are the types of organizations are there. These things we are going to discuss in the module 1. In the module 2 we are going to discuss about the directing and controlling, meaning and nature of the directing, leadership styles, motivation theories, what the type of communication we are going to discuss. So first module and the second module we are going to talk about the management, and next module 3 modules we are going to talk about the entrepreneurship or entrepreneur, making a meaning of entrepreneur, characteristics of entrepreneurs, classifications. Okay, in the module 4 we are going to discuss about the preparation of the project, what will be the ERP, planning, meaning and importance of the ERP, and in the last module we are going to discuss about the micro and small scale enterprises and what will be the government schemes will be there, how you have to start make the project report. These are all things we are going to discuss in the this particular subject. Okay, let's start with the first module, that is introduction part. Okay, welcome to the session management and entrepreneurship, introduction, module 1. So importance of management is a essential coordination of all the organized efforts. It is applied to various types of organization such as educational, social, military and government. You take any sectors where there is a without management there is nothing is available. Okay, and next thing is management is a crucial and critical element of in the economic growth of the country by bringing together the 4 factors of a production. So basically there are 4 factors are there. One is men, money, material and machine management enables the country to experience economical depth. So if the management is good in your country, then definitely the economical growth is good of your country. Next, there is a one statement is there by Peter Drucker, rightly observes that without management the country's resource of production remains as a resource itself. If you don't have good management, if you have the resource also, there is a nothing use. If the management is good, then the resource we can utilize it and we can improve the economic growth of this country. Next, management is the dynamic life giving element in the every organization. It is the element that coordinates the current organizational activities, plans and future ones. So we basically we know that management is very important each and every sectors. Coming to the definition, there is no particular definition for the management, but some of the authors have given the definition. According to the Mary Parker, the management is the getting the things done through the people, or in short, management is an art. Getting the work done by the people is the perfect definition for that. Along with that, there are so many authors, they have given their own definition. Let's see one by one. Okay, next definition is given by George. Management is the process consists of planning, organizing, executing and controlling performed to determine and accomplish the objectives by the use of the people and resources. Okay, and next Lewis has given the one of the simple definition. Management is what manager is going to do. Management is what a manager does. Okay, next comes the another fellow author Henry. He has given the another simple definition. To manage is to the forecast and plan, to organize, to command, to coordinate, and to control it. Okay, there are so many definitions they have given here. Let's see, let's check another one. James has given the simple definition: management is the art of directing and inspiring the people. It is the art of and inspiring the people. Okay, next definition given by Harold. Okay, management is an art of getting the things done through and with the people in the formally organized group. It is an art of creating an environment in which people can perform individuals and can cooperate towards the attainment of a group of goals. In short, what is to achieve some goals, either you are working individually or group of people are working, and then we are going to achieve that goal, is nothing but the management definition. Okay, last thing is that management is the process of reaching the organization goals by working with the and through the people and other organization resource. Okay, we need the resource. Without resource we cannot achieve the any goal. So this is all about the definition of the management. You can write any of the definition, or you can write your own definition. In short, what management is that? The word itself suggests that managing men is nothing but the management. Okay, and how you are going to get the work done is nothing but that art is nothing but the management. Fine. Next, nature and characteristics of the management. So important characteristics of management: it should be stable. Okay, so whatever the main characteristics of the management, it should be stable. It should not fluctuate with particular aspects. Okay, next, it should be applicable to all kinds of organization. Although different organization may have the different management skills, but the basic idea remains same. It should be applicable to all kinds of organization. It is a transparent, that is required. It should be a transparent. Okay, from the low level to the top level, whatever the organization, the work is going to carry out, it should be transparent. Next, it approaches are simple, to be clear and goal oriented. Whatever the approaches the management is following, this it should be very simple and it is a goal oriented. It should be effective. It should not be a simple, it should not be that, and along with that it should be effective. Okay, it should have well defined goals, and effective means to accomplish the goals. Okay, so within the deadlines we have to achieve the goals, and to achieve the goals we have to carry out the work. This is another important characteristics of management. You should have good planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling the function. So this aspects is very important. It should be good planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling the function. Okay, last point is that it should provide the conducive atmosphere of work. Okay, it should provide the conducive atmosphere of work. So when it comes to the good planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling, so when the human being is came for the in this world or in this earth, from that day to till day, management is very important. Okay, take an example of our example of Gol Gumbaz itself. Okay, from before building the Gol Gumbaz, they have made the one of its planning. They have taken the small what we are going to do models, and finally they have built at the Gol Gumbaz. So this is one of the simple example for the management. So it should be a good planning, good organizing, along with that good staffing, and next well directing and controlling the functions. So these are the important characteristics of the management. Next, let's see one by one. Nature of management. It should be multidisciplinary. It should be multidisciplinary. So it should not, with respect to other sectors like economical, sociological, psychological, statistics, with respect to every sectors, it have their own management skills. Along with that, it should be a dynamic nature of principle. For each and every organization, we should have different what we are going to management skills. Next, we have relative and not absolute principles. Management principles are relative and not absolute. Okay, with respect to the change, the organization differ from each other. So along with that, the living aspects, they are going to change. The main fundamental remains same, but the getting the work done is going to be different. Next comes the management. It is a science or art. Okay, this is a controversial statement, but we can say that it is a both. When you are going to get the work done, it is will be the art, and when it comes to the science, where we are going to what we are discovering, or we are something doing different. So this is a controversial statement where we can say that it is a both. It is a science as well as it is a art. Next, universalities of management. Management is a universal phenomena. Through the universal at management principle are not universally applicable, but are modified according to the needs of situation. With respect to the situation, we have to change our principles. Right now, before lockdown, we like to take the offline classes, and now we are going to online classes. So this is nothing but the simple change. What we are going to call, universalities of the management. Next comes the scope. So these are the different scopes of the management. Let's see one by one. Developing management, distribution management, financial management, marketing management, personal management, production management, office management, transport management, purchase management, sales management, supply chain management, and business management. In the business management, we again have the hospitals management, hotel management, educational institute management, store management, etc. there. So in short, what I am going to tell you, that you take any scope, there is management is there. From writing from your getting the admission in the engineering college, completing the engineering college, getting placed, and how to write the exam, how to face this all comes under the management. Okay, with respect to different sectors, the scope is going to change. Okay, so there are more important functional areas of the managements are there. This is one of the important question with respect to your VTO exams. So these are the core functional areas of the management. Let's see one by one. First comes the planning, next comes the organizing, next comes the staffing, directing or leading, controlling. Okay, here is the small image is there, so you can get to that management cycle. So observe this management cycle. First comes the planning. Planning is very important. If the planning is good, okay, so you can go for the organization. Okay, next comes the organization. The planning is good, your organization things are good, your stuffs are going according to your plan, then you can do the staffing. So what is nothing but there is a task is there. So you have to divide the task into n number of levels, from the bottom level to the top level. So for the bottom level works, you have to assign the staffing where require the more number of laborers, and for the top level you require the only management skills, and next topmost level you require the administrative skills. So planning, organizing, staffing, and next comes the directing. So you have the you have the low levels, and low level environment is there, top level environmental is there, topmost environment is there. So you have to make the synchronization between these all the things. For that purpose you require the direction. That is nothing but you require the one of the team lead. And once the things are done, the team leads have to check that the things are going according to plan or not. If something going wrong, so you have to change the plan, and next you have to change the organization, you have to change the staffing, and next you have to get the work done. And next you have if the things are going according to your wish, it is going very smoothly, then your entire things is going to complete, or in short you are going to achieve the goal. So this is the management cycle. So one by one we are going to check. Okay, no, not in details, we are just going in brief. Planning is an executive function that is referred to as the decision making. So if you take any task, you have to take the decisions, and according to decision you have to set the vision and mission. Okay, and with respect to vision and missions, you have to get the work done. This involves the following steps: setting the short term and the long term goals for the organization, selecting the objectives, strategies and policies for the accomplishing the planned goals, deciding in advance what to do, how to do, what has to do, and when has to do, and where has to do. So these all aspects comes under the planning. Planning is the bridge between the gaps from where we are now and where we want to be in future. So this is a planning. Okay, if the planning is good, half of the work is done. Next comes the organization. Organizing is the part of management that involves how the things are going to be carried out. So determination of activities required to achieve the goals, grouping these activities into the department, assigning such a groups of activities to manager, forming the delegation of authority, making the provision for coordination of activities. So in short, what is going to come to organization? When the planning is done, what we are going to do? We are dividing the in terms of a low level and the topmost level categories, and we have to do that. This level, bottom level and the hierarchy and top level hierarchy, they have to do their own work. The task of these levels are predefined. And next, what you have to do? You have to make the pass the information with each other, and you have to make the synchronization between each level. So this comes in the organization. Next comes the staffing. Okay, staffing is one of the important aspects to getting the work done. You have to first think that how much manpower you required. Okay, this comes under the staffing. Okay, if the single person is doing the job in a 1 hour, then you have to think that there is no need to assign 4 or 5 people for that particular work. Okay, staffing is considered as an important function which makes the provision for manpower to fill the different position. It involves finding the right person for the right job. So skill is very important. Selecting the personnel, placement, training, developing new skills required for pursuit of future's job. So giving the training to that particular man, then checking his skills, and next placing that right guy to the correct job. So this comes under the staffing. Along with that, creating the new position. If the person is working very good, more efficiently, then we have to appraising him is very important. This comes under the staffing. Next comes the directing. Directing is also referred as a motivating or leading the people towards the defined objective. To achieve the goal, we require the motivation, and to motivate the people, we require a leader, or we are going to call it as a team lead. And what is the work is of team lead is communicating, leadership, and motivating. Communication means the team lead have to communicate between each and every level. Leadership is the process by which the manager guides and influences the work of his subordinates. So what the leadership is doing? The leadership is the process of managing each and every aspect is going smoothly or not. If some changes are required, according to that he have to take the decision. And next comes the motivation. Means desires the minds of employees of organization to perform their best. Two types of motivations are there. One is financial. If you are giving the bonus up to the one particular level, they are going to work, and the achievement of the goal is going to be very faster. Next, sharing the profit, sharing the reward. These are the financial motivation. And next comes the non-financial, which the teacher is like to do. If the student is got the good marks, and we are appraising him, we are just motivating him to get the VTU ranks. So this comes under the directive. Next comes the controlling, one of the important aspects of the management as an element. Controlling is the following roles by the manager: establishing the standards of a performance, gather the information that measures the performance, measuring and comparing the present and performance to pre-established standards, taking the correct action to meet the set standards. So when it comes to the controlling, here the manager as well as team lead as well as the administrative, there is 3 topmost layers people are going to occur in this aspect, and these people are getting the exactly what we have to achieve. So measuring and comparing the present performance to pre-established standards, taking the correct actions to meet the set standards. So this comes under the controlling, and here the management cycle. Okay, so this is all for today's class. We will next continue in the next class. Thank you.